Stinkers, stinky poop. Well, good news and bad news. I shouldn't even say good news or bad news. Ooh, man. Tell you what, this July heat is no joke, brother. It's hotter than a woman with no kids. That's terrible. That's terrible, Brendan. So, what's up, people, viewers, lovelies, goobers, whatever you want to identify yourself as, whatever you want to call yourself. Today is July 28th, 2025. Of all days, today is Zeus's birthday. It's Zeus's first birthday. And I'm fortunate enough to be able to spend the day with him. We already went for a walk. He was very good. And we had a great time. So now it's like 9:30-ish outside. You may be wondering why I'm back here. Well, yeah. If I'm fortunate and I'm allocated the opportunity, I will hang out with the dog. That's just facts. So let me try to recap on things that have happened recently. We're nearing now 2 months living in the car. And things have started to get more interesting. My days are more diverse. Obviously, I still have like a kind of routine I'm trying to build up and work on. But I try to find more shit to entertain myself throughout the day, especially when I have days off. Perfect example is now I had yesterday off, I have today off, and I have tomorrow off. So I'm going to enjoy it. And in so, I've, been very fortunate to have experienced and see some of the things that I've experienced and seen these past couple days. You may notice also, well, Brendan, you got a haircut. I did get all my hairs cut, and you can still see my fucking thinning spots and shit. It's beautiful. I love it. It was well worth it to get all of my hair cut off and trim my beard. I need to do it again, though. We've been going to the gym every day, at least 5 days a week, getting our steps in, getting back to jogging and running. I'm training to do 5Ks again and 10Ks and all that. So that should be fun. It's been kind of brutal on the legs, but something about getting back on the treadmill and running just makes me feel good. So there's that. And pretty much like I have this routine of like I wake up in the morning, check what time it is, I'll drive to either Walmart to like pick up whatever I possibly need, or I just got these protein bars that are like really cheap and really good, so I get them at Walmart for like 10 bars for $10, so that's worth it. And then after the gym, which is usually like an hour and a half-ish, I go to Target and I go look around Target like a goofball, and I probably pick up a kombucha or something. Now, you may be thinking, hey, yo! I'm trying to eat a caterpillar, bro. It's not a good look. Kombucha, ain't that shit from that GT Dave, man? Yes, absolutely. And I tried one, and I was like, wow, this is really good. And then, basically, like every day now, after the gym, I go to Target and I get a kombucha. and it's very nice, and I enjoy it very much. Let's say hi to the birthday boy real quick. I know, he's very camera shy. But yes, he is 1 year old. It is hard to believe that he went from being small baby puppy to big puppy. Big puppy. Okay, so like what else has been happening? So yeah, you can kind of tell, like, maybe you can kind of see like my face is a little thinner. I gotta like get rid of this still, my turkey gullet. But yeah, running, good. Gym, fun. Eating, trying to eat better, but I still have this problem of like eating snacks and shit, and I'm cutting out pop, which is good, but it's gonna take time. It's gonna take time. It's okay. That's mainly what my focus has been on this past couple weeks, instead of like just focusing on making, you know, fucking videos of just like daily vlog shit and doing dumb shit. You know, might as well actually try to build a routine that shows results and improves my life a little bit. So that's how that's been going. Been really having a lot of interesting experiences with nature when I'm out and I'm by myself. I have like a good amount of B-roll. I'll show you. Just slap it in. Let's see. Is there anything else that I can think of that's been going on? Not really. I've been trying to just, like I said, be out and be more active and go places and see things. I've been going to the card shops more. I've been buying more retro video games. I haven't been gaming as much recently, but I've been playing, like, you know, Pokemon Platinum and shit. And I also got a copy of Pokemon Black and Black 2 in the mail recently, which is pretty cool. Really, like, you know, there hasn't been anything that's like been super crazy, I don't think. Any like interesting or super advanced developments. The goal, I mean, is still to like save up money, which I have been doing, pay off things, do things. But I think I've also kind of got this idea in my head that if I'm not gonna like leave the country soon, which will probably happen in the next couple years, I'm just gonna like build a homestead. I'm just gonna buy a small little plot of land and I'm gonna build a homestead, or like build some kind of like small little livable whatever. Cause I am done with this shit. I love living out of my car, but I am not trying to be poor and have no home. I want to build something myself. So that's what that's been doing. I've been, you know, watching some videos. I'm probably gonna end up buying a couple books and stuff just to educate myself on it more, on like, you know, basics of carpentry and measurements and regulations and shit. So that'll be cool. Been trying to read more, which is great. I've been stocking up the media collection full of, just like I said, retro video games, DVDs, books, manga, anything for, you know, a rainy day or a snow day, essentially. Trying to think, was there anything else I could really think of that was interesting or some kind of a development? Not really. I mean, like, it's kind of just like you wake up every day and you're grateful to be alive, kind of thing. You know what I mean? And you experience every day that you to the fullest. With that being said, I'm gonna start, like, I still like try to write in my journal whenever there's like anything of significance or like anything eventful going on. But I think I might just start doing it like, at the end of the day when I'm winding down, because it's way easier to write about everything that happened that day at the end of the day than go to bed and wake up and try to remember everything that happened the previous day and then write about it. You know what I mean? Even though that would probably help with, you know, you go to sleep and you wake up and you probably think about something or feel about something completely differently. That's fine. You know, you're allowed to have those kinds of things and you can talk about that with yourself. But when it comes to writing, it's like, dude, I'm trying to be objective as possible. I did this, 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 I had this, I felt like this, and I felt like that when I did this, and I also had these kind of thoughts when I was going through this. You see what I'm saying? Now, You may be thinking, well, Brendan, you're actually forming quite a cohesive discussion at the moment. What's the catch? What's going on? Are you okay? Yes, I'm better than okay. I still smoke weed pretty often, if not every day. I will say I gotta cut down on, like, my fat consumption, because I'm still, like, big. You know what I mean? I'm losing my tummy slowly, but I'm still big. And my Lord, summer has been great. I can honestly say that. Summer has been great. We got hopefully more things that we're going to be doing soon. We're going to be hitting the studio this Wednesday, making some music with Tez and Tone. And we're going to be, making some moves, brother. I'm too old for this shit now. I had a fucking zit, like, right on the middle of my forehead earlier this week, and it was, like, painful, and I popped it. So that was cool. Listen, if there's anybody out there and you're, like, a loved one or concerned friend or whatever, I want to let you know that I'm okay. Mentally, I'm probably not. Psychologically, I'm probably still fucked beyond, like, any real, like, saving. But that doesn't mean we can't, enjoy things in life. And, have I still had little bouts of depression here and there? Yes, but it's very easy to, like, kick that shit's ass when you're just like, dude, I'm living how I kind of want to live. Free, for the most part. Still a slave to the machine, but free in the sense that, I can go anywhere I want. I had this discussion the other day with my friend and my coworker, and I was telling him, like, man, if I really want to, I could just pack up and go up north and just live up there. Obviously, I'd have to find a job before I do that, but, little things. Little steps at a time. So basically, that's where my head's at. My birthday is in 2 months. I'll be 28, and I think over the next 2 years, I'm just going to build up my funds, educate myself, and when I hit 30, I'm either going to leave the country and go to Italy like I said I was going to do, or I'm going to vacation to Italy and then come back and then start building my homestead. You know what I mean? Which, honestly, I'd rather just live in fucking Europe than Italy, to be honest. I look at those housing units, those abandoned places, those villas, and some of them are a little rough. They need probably a little bit of renovation. A lot of them are old and need, like, real modernization and, electrical and plumbing put in. But some of them are, like, ready to move in, 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom, for $40,000, or not that, 40,000 euros, 45,000 euros. Like, man, that's a good fucking deal. I'll tell you what, I don't even need that many rooms. I would only need at most, like, probably a 2-bedroom. And we're gonna get back on the Duolingo and start learning another language again, because I need to practice working on my Spanish again, and I want to get back to learning Italian, and obviously I want to read books, spend more time outside. The other day I went to the park and I set up my hammock for the first time, and it was hot, so that was already, like, kind of shitty in itself. But once I got comfortable and I got a good spot, man, I fell asleep for like 2 hours in that hammock, bro, at the park. I had the whole intention of, like, hanging out there and, like, watching a movie, reading a bit, and chilling, and I end up, like, getting in the hammock and I just fall asleep straight up for 2 hours, and I was like, wow. So that was nice. Definitely gonna do that more often. It's just things like that where you're like, man, I can really just go anywhere and just do this whenever I want. That's the kind of freedom that I love and that I am happy that I have, honestly. Now, as for like playing video games and such, I know that's kind of like stupid to be like, oh, I'm still gaming. I only play video games, like I only pull out like the PS4 like once or twice a week, because you know you got to go through like a whole process of like pulling out the solar generator, getting out the monitor, setting everything up outside, you know, and all that. It's a whole processing. I want to, at least if I'm gonna be gaming, I want to do it for at least, you know, 2 or 3 hours. Have a good session. Plus it takes power, so if I'm gonna be charging the solar generator and shit, you know, you got to make it worth it. Was there anything else I could think of? I don't know. I think everything else has been kind of okay. As for today, I'm just going to spend the day with Zeus because it's his birthday. I'll probably end up going to the gym later as opposed to now because I don't want to just leave him here. And you probably won't see me or hear from me again for, you know, maybe a couple weeks, maybe a couple months. But don't worry about it because, like, it's not like you're missing anything crazy, I don't think. And if you ever are, you know, it's not like I'm not going to write about it or tell you about it. You know, just little things. I've been having some healthy cries, you know, here and there. And I think that's important to, you know, express your emotions and not be, you know, one of these trad males who's like, I'm not going to express my emotions because I'm a man. And expressing my emotions makes me weak and it's gay. You know? That's just fucking stupid. I'm emotionally intelligent enough to be like, you know, I can speak my mind when something irritates me or bothers me or upsets me. You know what I mean? I'm also able to converse properly and have normal discussions and socialize in regular environments. I love normal things that guys my age would probably love. I love sports. I like listening to the goofiness of politics. I like nature. I like being outside. I like cooking. I like activities. I like doing things. I like art. I like history. I think it's cool. I like video games. I like Pokemon. I like Magic the Gathering. I like Yu-Gi-Oh. You know, I got some pretty cool things. Now, that being said, you may think like, wow, that's pretty normal. And then you find out deep down that, oh, you also like manga and that you read My Dress-Up Darling. Now, please do not get this misconstrued under any circumstances. This is not like a, oh, you fucking pervert kind of thing, okay? When I say My Dress-Up Darling, okay, if you know, you know. It is literally a story about, I guess the best premise I could describe is it's a young woman and a young man, and they bond over their mutual like of cosplaying, and it's like a rom-com, and they slowly, you know, become friends over the course of the story, and maybe even more. And they have a crush on each other slightly, but they don't tell each other. Okay? Yes, is there like a little bit of like raunchy, some boobage, you know, side boob, maybe a little nudity here and there thrown in? Probably. It says literally on it, explicit content, okay? That being said, this isn't like a thing where it's like, oh, you're reading pervy manga because you're a fucking weirdo, okay? Kinda, yeah. all right? But mostly it's because of the story, okay? When I first watched the anime My Dress Up Darling, which season 2 on Crunchyroll, go watch it. By the way, show's amazing. When I first watched the show, I was like, aw, this is actually really adorable. And the main characters are really likable, and the comedy was good, and I'm pretty sure there was a couple moments in there where I actually did cry because of how good it was. And that's really my premise of like, that's the only reason I buy manga, is like, if I watch the anime and I really love the anime, I'm gonna buy the manga. That's the case with One Piece, and that is definitely the case with My Dress Up Darling. I have 12 volumes of this out of the 14 that are currently available. I only need 2 more, and I have the whole set. And I've only read like 4 or 5 of them. Anyway. Sorry if that was like a random tangent, but basically, I'm a fucking nerd and a weirdo, and I don't care if you know it or if you treat me like it. You know? I guarantee you got some fucking goofy shit in your closet too. And you want to be a hater just because I think that rom-com manga and learning about cosplaying is cool? Shut the fuck up, okay? In cosplaying is literally just like a cousin of like going to the Renaissance Festival in Michigan, okay? And if you've ever been to the Renaissance Festival, you know damn well that is cosplaying, whether they like to admit it or not. You know, they're dressing up as elves, pirates, knights, samurais, all that old shit from however long ago. And you expect me to just be like, you know, it's not the same thing. It is the same thing. Just let people be creative and do what they want to do and have fun, okay? If I want to go to anime conventions and card shows and spend all my fucking money on like graded Pokemon cards, I'm gonna do it, okay? If I want to buy retro video games, if I want to play fucking GTA 4 or the original Red Dead Redemption on my Xbox 360 one day, I can do that, and I'm gonna do that. It sucks that those games are like long as hell and that there's not enough hours in the day and not enough power in the solar generator for me to just sit down for like a whole fucking day and just waste a whole day playing a video game. You know what I mean? Those days are gone. Those days are fucking gone. And even then, when I do feel like the urge I have to game, I usually pull up the Game Boy or the DS and I'm playing Pokemon. Just something very simple, just to keep my mind occupied in other things. This has been a long tangent and rambly rant. But basically what I'm saying is, I'm good, things are fine, things are getting better. We're doing okay, it's hot out here, I need water, I'm about to start smoking and reading and all this. Basically, shut the fuck up, okay? Things are fine. You will hear from me again soon, okay? It's gonna be fine. And if you don't hear from me in this format, you'll probably hear from me either with music, Instagram, I don't even be on Snapchat, so like that's not gonna happen. You'll probably see me out in public too. If you see me out in public and you know who I am, be like, yo, what up? So I guess, you know, from birthday boy and me to you, we're gonna wish you very well and hope you have a great day. Isn't that right, buddy? Isn't that right, Bubby? Yep. Yeah, you did good boy. I love you very much. Good things will happen, and keep working hard. You got this.